Yes, my dear friend, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, you are highly welcome to this late afternoon edition. Yes, it is late afternoon because I know most of you guys are having fun this afternoon. It's still in the festive period, Christmas festivities. Ladies and gentlemen, well, Arsenal finally overtook Chelsea. Yes, Arsenal now occupy the second position on the league table. But we are not worried. We are not worried. They played Ipswich. And when I watched the highlight of the game, I didn't watch the full game. But it was very clear, dear friends, Ipswich are not going to be an easy team to play against. No, at all. No Chelsea fans should ever think that we're going to be getting it easy with Ipswich. From a defensive perspective, ladies and gentlemen, and what I watched, from a defensive perspective, it was an elite performance from Arsenal. An elite performance, solid performance from Arsenal from a defensive perspective against Ipswich. The ability to pin teams back and sustain pressure consistently, dear friend. The impenetrable mid-block that covers everything. Arsenal actually worked their ass out in this game, and they succeeded in winning the game, but it wasn't easy. From a defensive perspective, it wasn't easy. Now, Chelsea going to meet Ipswich, dear friend, they are hot. Chelsea, we need to go into that game with everything that we have in our defense. No margin of error. As a Chelsea fan who watched Ipswich game against Arsenal, listen, Ipswich will be a difficult game for us. And that is why I want to talk about this. You see, last season, we had problems. We had problems last season going forward. Enzo Maresca took over. We've seen a lot of improvement in this current squad. But the improvement that we are seeing so far, I believe, based on the caliber of players we have, we should be able to, by now, the team should be able to getting stabilized. We are now in the mid of the season. We are in mid-season. And the team should be stabilizing by now. Looking at where we came from last season, listen, you watch our performance last season, knowing where we are coming from, with all the challenges, the troubles, when this new ownership took over. Dear friends, oh yes, Thomas Tuchel was sacked. They brought in Graham Potter to, is it Sato also they call him? Then Lampard, before Pochettino. Pochettino inherited a team that finished 12th on the league table. Pochettino inherited a team that finished 12th on the league table on 44 points. He lost all his experienced players and had to rebuild an under-23 squad from the ground, from the scratch. Now, Maresca inherited a team that finished 6th last season from Pochettino on 63 points. That was fully integrated. Unlike Pochettino, he inherited a team that finished 12th on the league table on 44 points. He lost all his experienced players because they sold them out and had to rebuild an under-23 squad from the ground, from the scratch. Maresca coming in to inherit, he inherited a team that finished 6th on 63 points. That was fully integrated. Dear friends, nobody should tell me that Enzo Maresca has done anything extraordinary. If somebody inherited a team from the 12th position, brought it to 6th for you, where even his challenges were much more bigger and greater, all experienced players taken out, he had to build a squad. He integrated the players together. He came in. There was only about 2 or 3 more additions to the squad. I will expect Maresca to achieve what he's achieving currently and even more. Dear friends, I can only say that we are not title contenders because there are other teams that are still ahead of us in rebuilding phase. But not to say I am giving up or trying to rule out or trying to say Maresca has done something extraordinary. He has done a great job. Yes, I agree. Listen, you can support Enzo Maresca and still have appreciation for the work Pochettino did last season. Yes, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So allow me to express myself. The game we played against Everton and the game we played against Fulham, dear friend, I felt so much disappointed going over the games, watching the games over and over. That is not to say that all is lost or Maresca is not doing a great job. No. No. Now I'll show you something. What do you guys actually think over the ball? Robert Sanchez, that second goal of Fulham. That second goal of Fulham, did you watch it? You can go back and watch the replay. On your screen right there, that is a picture. What do you think about Sanchez's last goal kick? The last goal kick that resulted in Fulham's second goal, their winning goal. What do you think about it? Was it right or wrong decision from Sanchez to kick the ball the way he did? That is a picture on your screen right there. He came out from his goal area, out from the box to clear the ball. In fact, if not, Fulham player would have gotten it. Now, Chelsea's player, the closest player in that area was Levi Colwill. Look at the distance between Levi Colwill and the Fulham player. Apart from Levi Colwill, who was also outside the box area, there was no other Chelsea player within. Sanchez had no choice than to rush and clear that ball, as you can see the picture there. But the way he cleared the ball is one thing. Many good goalkeepers, seeing these kind of situations, they don't clear the ball diagonally. Sanchez cleared the ball diagonal. For me, it wasn't a bad decision for him to clear the ball. But the direction where he cleared the ball towards, he could have just, I understand. In games like this, those, last minute, when everyone is trying to clear, you just feel like, let me clear the ball so we don't concede the last minute goal. But you also have to have in mind that all your defenders are not in position. All Chelsea defenders at that moment, they are not in their positions. At that moment, we were chasing the winning goal. And so we push forward. We push forward. You see, if you play football and in just few seconds to end, there is so much tendency to just hit the ball in. I understand. He just didn't hit it well and was unfortunate to have us concede from that position. Why? Because when he hit the ball towards diagonally, our players were not in their rightful position, our defenders. Now, watch. When he hit the ball went straight to a Fulham player, and they now took us on a counter. Look at how many Fulham players were in our area. And look at how many Chelsea players back. You see, at this moment, Malo Gusto could not even mark the goal scorer. Malo Gusto was ball watching instead of player watching. Malo Gusto was ball watching instead of watching the Fulham attacker. Now, the next picture. Malo Gusto totally lost the attacker. It was rather Enzo Fernandez that tried to block the shot. That is Enzo Fernandez on your screen. He rather tried to block the shot. Dear friend, my conclusion. You see, we have a problem, a very big problem with our defense. Chelsea need an elite level centre back. Chelsea needs an elite level centre back in this January. Colwill lack defensive IQ, I'm sorry to say, and he isn't the best tackler. Maybe with his partnership, Fofana was covering up for him a lot. Now, Fofana is brilliant, but he's injury prone. Tosin has lapses in concentration. That is why we were caught up. Tosin have lapses in concentration. But Asile is mistake prone, always, as always. Disasi, the least said about him, the better. Dear friend, Chelsea need an elite centre back. What do we do? Otherwise, our goalkeeper will always be exposed and we will continue to concede cheap goals. This goal was one of the goals. I mean, this was avoidable. It could have just been a drawn game. 1-1. Like we saw it from the goalkeeper because all our defenders, that normally with experience, the last defender, which should be a centre back, will still be monitoring. As far as Robert Sanchez came out trying to clear that ball, that last defender could have been of a help. But Colwill could not. Now he cleared the ball diagonally and the ball went straight to Fulham player and they took us on. At that moment, even Colwill himself could not recover. Dear friends, let me hear from you. What do you think? Meeting Ipswich on Monday night is not going to be easy. Arsenal was elite in defensive work, and trust me, if we make the silly mistakes we made in the previous two games, I mean in the last game especially, Chelsea will receive it from Ipswich because they have a good and brilliant attack in the lab. Oh yes, like our head coach showed interest in him. I'll be talking more on that in the coming days or coming hours, dear friend. It is your hot afternoon lunch hour. Happy New Year to you in advance. I'll see you guys all in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.